Welcome back to Naval Action. Time to look at one of the new ships that have come out recently. I've been trying to get my hands on some of these new ships. This baby is the new Heavy Rattler, and she's a beauty. Let's see how she stacks up against some of the other ships and find out a little bit about her history. Now, there's been about 9 ships called Rattlesnake over the years. And the one in game, the Rattlesnake, the regular Rattlesnake in game, as opposed to this beast, is based on the US 1780 build that was built in 1780 at Plymouth, Massachusetts. A bit of a catastrophic history, really, to be honest. She was built in 1781, I think, on the 12th of June, and within 5 weeks, almost on her maiden voyage, she sailed out, bumped into the British 44-gun frigate Assurance, and was captured. So I don't think she maybe never even fired a shot in anger, to be honest. She got renamed then as Her Majesty's ship Cormorant, where she served with the British Navy, doing all sorts of good things. Now, this is the Heavy Rattleship, a square rigger. How does she compare to the Rattleship proper? Well, really well is the basic answer. And we'll have a little look at that, and we'll compare her to the Rattleship proper, and we'll compare her to the Merc. And the reason we'll look at the Merc is because I think that's who she's competing with for shallow water port battles, where I think this new ship, the Heavy Rattlesnake, is probably now the new choice that I certainly would probably look at taking into a shallow water port battle, and we'll have a little look as to why. She'll sail fastest. She's in a long breach, so sort of like this. Let me just turn a little bit more like this, about 45 degrees off flush here in a broad reach, and that will give her her best air into sail. So let's have a little look at how she compares, first of all, to the Rattlesnake proper. I don't think this ship's based on anything real. This is just the devs have pimped out the Rattlesnake, basically. I think that's what we're looking at here. They've done kind of a pretty good job of pimping her out as well. Other than losing a little bit of speed and a little bit of turn, she is basically a significantly better version than the regular Rattlesnake. Now, a lot of people like the regular Rattlesnake very much because of her speed. However, for port battles, I think this could be the new black, as it were. How does she compare against the regular Rattlesnake? So first of all, her armour. Her armour is significantly better. So the regular Rattlesnakes, this is out of the box, unmodified, basic build. The basic Rattlesnake has 43 centimetres of armour, so thickness is 43 centimetres. This baby runs at 50, so significantly more than the Rattlesnake proper. She also has a lot more side structure or health, which is really important for port battles. She's got 2800 again straight out of the box health, versus the regular Rattler, which comes out at 2400. Now, she is slower. She's quite a bit slower. The regular Rattleship, you can really Rattlesnake, you can really pimp that out. This baby runs a fair amount slower. Let me just get a little bit of a sterny. Nice. So straight out of the box, the regular Rattlesnake does about 13.6, nearly 13.7. This does about 12.8. Of course, you can speed that up, but you can obviously speed it up on the regular as well. The turn is also slower, so turn rating in naval action, the higher the number, the quicker your turn. So the regular Rattle has a turn rating of 5.2. This has a turn rating of just over 4.9. So the regular Rattler definitely outturns her. But 4.9 isn't too shabby. Dear me, that's terrible, Jeheil. One of the things that does take a little bit of time to get used to is that when you're aiming, if you do your sighter, quite often it means your next shot's coming off the top of the quarterdeck, so your outer line's a bit different. So basically, compared to the Rattler proper, she's got a lot more health, a lot more structure, and of course she's got a lot more guns because she has a weather deck that has 8 guns on it, and the main deck, 8 guns per side, so sorry, 4 guns per side, 8 guns in total. And then her gun deck's got 18 guns on it, or 9 guns per side. So you've basically got 13 guns on either side, which is nice. And same caliber as the regular Rattler can use. So you've got a choice between, doesn't matter if you shoot them all into the sea, eh? You've got a choice between 6-pound longs or the 18-pound carronades. And you can put 4-pound chasers on the front, 2 4-pound chasers on the front. Having chasers is very nice, however. You can see there she comes through the wind. If you hit the wind with speed, as I did there, she really rips through the wind and turns quite nicely. And once you get so you have a positive sail profile, she'll pick up speed and accelerate quite quickly, which is good for chasing. Good for sitting on the bottom of a bigger ship, and always nice to be able to sort of run easily through the wind. Should probably put chain in the chasers, but you know, this is a bit of an easy fight just so I can walk and talk at the same time. So compared to the Rattlesnake, probably 40% more damage capable, 15 to 20% more health, 15 to 20% more armor, and more crew. So, you know, quite a significant jump really, and like I say, it's just the devs pimping the ship out. There is no historical precedence that I'm aware of for this. I'm sure someone will correct me if there is. I had a quick look at some of the other configurations of Rattlesnakes through the ages, and none of them seem to match. But again, you'll see that I'm coming through the wind, and I'm still going okay. I'm still going 4 knots despite walking straight through the wind there. Now, how does she compare to the Merc? And the reason we're comparing her to the Mercury is because the Mercury at the moment is the ship du jour to take into a shallow water port battle. And I've been sailing around in my lovely golden Mercs for almost since open world began now in the shallow water port battles, and they have served me well. And I'll tell you, I will be swapping to heavy Rattlers, not just because it's kind of sexy to have a new ship, but because she basically has more health and armor than the Merc. She's marginally quicker, so the Merc is 12.49 out of the box, and this baby's 12.8 out of the box. Now, the Merc has less guns, it has 10 per side, but they are 24-pound carronades, so they probably have similar damage, but of course if you lose cannons your DPS will be dropping off quicker as the Merc. And look at that, absolutely torn this poor little bugger to pieces. So the Merc has less armour. The Merc's got 48 centimetres of thickness or armour to the heavy Rattler's 50. And also the Merc has quite considerably less health or structure. So the Merc runs straight out of the box, no mods, at 2500 side structure. Whereas this baby, as I've said, runs at 2800, which is really nice. So if you're in a port battle, that health is huge. And don't forget, any of your mods that repair your ship, they repair your ship through percentages. So the more base you have, the more it's going to repair, which basically means it takes longer to kill you, or requires more hits to kill you, which is exactly what you want in a port battle. Also, the extra crew don't go amiss compared to the regular Rattler. So I'll be using this going forward in my port battles. I'll probably run live oak and planking in a port battle because I don't care about speed. If it was an open world tagger, I'd probably maybe look at a teak build. She looks nice enough. A lick of paint wouldn't go awry. Perhaps a little bit of red or something like that, I think might make her look nicer. The Rattlesnake's a nice looking ship as it is, very sleek looking ship. And lastly, what perks? Well, obviously you put the light ship perk on because that gives you the extra speed as well as the reload. I'm a really big fan of improved magazine access, so that gives me quicker reload as well. And then powder monkeys to give me even quicker reload. And as you saw there, you become a little machine gun as far as your reload's concerned. And if you do what I've been doing, turn off the guns, what it means is you're always keeping the maximum number of crew on gunnery. In fact, you'll see there I've got 20 spare crew. If you ever see greyed out boarding with extra crew, it basically means I've got 20 guys with nothing to do. They're sitting around playing Sudoku. Against the littler ships, you don't really take much damage. So I like to run with powder monkeys, and permanent mods are my improved magazine access. If it's for port battles, then what I'll do is I'll use the extra planking so that I get even more health out of her. If I was sailing around and using her as a tagger, I might not slow her down with the extra planking. And instead do something like a improved rudder. As far as perks are concerned, I go for trim just to reduce the lean. You'll see here I'm now sailing at close to optimal speed. Remember, I'm live oak, so I'm losing a little bit of speed here. Let me just turn her a little bit. That might be slightly better. Let her build back up. I'm sailing with a slower ship than you get out of the box, 12.88 out of the box, but I've put copper plating on her as well. I also like to run with Carronade Master, so Carronade Master stops your carronades sort of shotgunning all over the place and spreading all over the place. Pello's Sights is also very good for that. Go with as I said, the light ship, and I've gone with the Trim Master as well. You'll see here that I've got barely any lean, 1%, 1 degree lean, 3 degrees lean, so very little lean really. Nice enough ship. Oh, look at that rumour for sale, you bastards. For me, this is now the port battle, shallow water port battle ship of choice. I'm going to be giving her a go over the next few weeks in some of the shallow water ports, so I hope she'll do me well. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you get your hands on a heavy rattler. There's a few around the server these days that are a bit expensive at the moment, but you can earn money pretty quick in the game, so they're not too difficult to get your hands on. Pretty hard to get from the events at the moment because they're like 4 AM in the morning for me, but anyway. Yeah, so there she is, heavy rattler. Get yourself one, they're lovely. Get into a shallow water port battle and give them mercs a spanking. The only thing the merc will really do that you will struggle with is they can turn way better than you. They've got one of the best turning profiles in the game, the Mercury at 5.4. So that's like 25% better almost, or 20% better than our little rattler. However, stick some shade in your chasers and put a few holes in their sail and they'll soon stop out turning you. So that's it for me. Give us a like, give us a subscribe. I'll see you on the oceans and I will catch you.